Famous people who passed away in 1923 in the United Kingdom. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Frederick Harrison. He was born in October 1831 and he died in January 1923. His age was 91 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was an English historian and philosopher. With positivism, he wrote extensively on history, law, and ethics. Harrison's works contributed to intellectual debates of his time, emphasizing progress and humanity's collective evolution. George Bain. He was born in March 1864 and he died in March 1923. His age was 59 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was pneumonia. He was a celebrated cricketer in England, who later became a respected cricket historian. His dedication to documenting the sport's history left a lasting impact on cricket enthusiasts. He is remembered for his passion for sports and education. Catherine Mansfield. She was born in October 1888 and she died in January 1923. Her age was 34 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was tuberculosis. She was a prominent modernist short story writer known for her innovative prose. Born in New Zealand, she moved to Europe for her career. Her work explored human psychology and emotional depth. Despite her short life, her legacy influenced literature worldwide. Sir James Dewar. He was born in September 1842 and he died in March 1923. His age was 80 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was a pioneering Scottish scientist, best known for inventing the Dewar flask, a precursor to modern thermos. His research in cryogenics and spectroscopy was groundbreaking, influencing advancements in physics and chemistry. Mansfield Smith Cumming. He was born in April 1859 and he died in June 1923. His age was 64 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was the first director of MI6, Britain's secret intelligence service. Known for his eccentricity and dedication, he laid the groundwork for modern intelligence operations in the United Kingdom. His leadership was instrumental during the early 20th century. John Venn. He was born in August 1834 and he died in April 1923. His age was 88 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was an English mathematician famous for creating Venn diagrams, a tool widely used in logic, set theory, and data science. His contributions to mathematics and logic remain invaluable. George Herbert, 5th Earl of Carnarvon. He was born in June 1866 and he died in April 1923. His age was 56 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was blood poisoning. He was a British aristocrat who financed the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in Egypt. His collaboration with Howard Carter brought ancient history to life, but his mysterious death fueled the curse of the pharaoh's legend. Charles Kent. He was born in June 1852 and he died in May 1923. His age was 70 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was a long-lasting illness. He was a prominent Victorian actor and playwright, known for his dynamic stage presence. His contributions to theater during the late 19th century made him a respected figure in performing arts. Princess Helena of the United Kingdom. She was born in May 1846 and she died in June 1923. Her age was 77 at the time of her death, and she died after a long illness. She was the third daughter of Queen Victoria, known for her charitable works and support for education. She was a pioneer in nursing and women's rights. Her dedication earned her lasting respect in British society. Kate Bishop. She was born in October 1849 and she died in June 1923. Her age was 73 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. She was a distinguished Victorian actress whose talent graced many notable plays. She was celebrated for her versatility and impact on British theatre during her era. Albert Chevalier. He was born in March 1861 and he died in October 1923. His age was 62 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was a celebrated music hall performer and songwriter in Britain. His sentimental ballads, including My Old Dutch, captured the hearts of audiences. He was a major figure in Victorian entertainment. Jenny Severe Callender. She was born in March 1846 and she died in July 1923. Her age was 77 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. She was a prominent Scottish socialite, known for her philanthropic effort in education and the arts. Her contributions greatly enriched cultural and social life during her time. Sir Charles Hawtrey. He was born in September 1858 and he died in July 1923. His age was 64 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. He was a notable British actor, theatre manager who played a key role in the development of modern theatre. He was admired for his wit, creativity, and innovative performances. Ernest Francis Bashford. He was born in 1873 and he died in August 1923. His age was 50 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. He was a pioneering oncologist in Britain who made significant advances in cancer research. His work laid the foundation of modern oncology practices. Herta Ayrton. She was born in April 1854 and she died in August 1923. Her age was 69 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was blood poisoning. She was a trailblazing scientist and the first woman to be awarded a Royal Society medal. Her research on electric arcs and ripples in sand was groundbreaking, and she was an advocate for women in science. William Baldock. He was born in January 1847 and he died in August 1923. His age was 78 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was an accomplished British cricketer known for his skills on the field. His contributions to the sport helped cement cricket's status as a beloved pastime in England. John Morley, 1st Viscount Morley of Blackburn. He was born in December 1838 and he died in September 1923. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. He was a British liberal statesman and writer, known for his advocacy of reforms and opposition to imperialism. His intellectual approach shaped British politics. Bernard Law, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He was born in September 1858 and he died in October 1923. His age was 65 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was throat cancer. He was the first Canadian-born Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, known as the Unknown Prime Minister. His tenure was brief but significant, overseeing post-First World War recovery. Herbert Standing. He was born in November 1846, and he died in December 1923. His age was 77 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was a renowned British actor who appeared in numerous stage productions and films. He was part of a family of actors who left a lasting impact on performing arts. Maggie Albanese. She was born in October 1899 and she died in December 1923. Her age was 24 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was complications in an abdominal surgery. She was a rising star in British theatre and films, known for her exceptional talent and promise. Her untimely death at just 24 cut short a burgeoning career. Thomas George Bonney. He was born in July 1833 and he died in December 1923. His age was 90 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was a respected geologist and clergyman who contributed significantly to structural geology. His work remains influential in the field. John William Brodie Innes. He was born in March 1848 and he died in December 1923. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. He was a British lawyer and prominent figure in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. His interest in occultism and mystical practices made him a fascinating historical figure. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.